I'm Emily Pazzi with the American Planning Association, and today I'm joined by Jason Ray. Jason is the Executive Director of the Southwest Missouri Council of Governments, and he's also the President-elect for APA Missouri. Jason, thanks so much for being here today.
You bet.
Talk to me about why it's so important that planners make it to DC for our annual conference.
The annual policy conference is a great way to come to DC for planners to interact with other planners that are working on policy and advocacy efforts, to learn from each other, to get good talking points, to learn about APA's policy guides, but then to also build the relationships with our federal legislators and their legislative staff. I think that's the most important thing that planners can do, is reach out and start building that relationship. That's really what it's all about. So the APA Policy Conference gave us a great opportunity to come to DC, get energized about the issues, get knowledgeable about the issues, and then to actually meet with our legislators and their staff to make that connection, explain to them what planning is all about, what we're trying to do in our hometowns, their home districts, and again, just build that relationship so that you have somebody to talk to and reach out to whenever you've got something that you need to move forward or ask a question about a piece of legislation that's going to impact your community.
Now, you do a lot of communicating with members of Congress throughout the year on a number of issues. I wonder if you have any tips for folks who maybe might be thinking about communicating with their elected officials on planning issues for the first time. What's some advice you could offer them?
Absolutely. You know, again, it's about relationship building. And if you come from it at that perspective, I think it helps you narrow in your message a little bit more. But my biggest piece of advice is find something that you can agree with your legislator on. Of course, we all have opposing opinions about pretty much everything these days, but finding that common ground really opens up the dialogue with that legislator, lets them know that you understand where they're coming from, at least on some things, and helps relax you. And as you're talking and building those relationships, I think everybody will find out that we all have more in common than we have differences. So again, finding that one thing, at least one thing that you can agree with your legislator on, and go from there can make a huge difference.